Number one would be don't spend most of your time being a detailer. I know it's a weird concept to grasp because you're starting a detailing business because you want to offer detailing services, right? And you want to be paid as a detailer. But here's a few things you have to keep in mind, okay? Is one, don't replicate what other detailers are doing on YouTube. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm more certain than not that a lot of your inspiration and motivation comes from seeing other detailers on YouTube, right? You're watching some satisfying cleaning, some foaming, some polishing, perhaps working on high-end vehicles, perhaps doing some like disgusting, dirty interiors on YouTube, right? Now, the thing you have to keep in mind, though, is that what you see on YouTube is not necessarily how it translates to detailing as a business. Okay, so, and there's nothing wrong with this. I did the exact same thing. You just have to be aware of what's going on, to where what you see on YouTube is they're doing it for the camera, right? They're making sure that it's going to be satisfying or more entertaining or more educational or whatever other goal they have or objective they have with the video. It's meant not to show like how exactly they move when they're detailing a customer's vehicle. If you're watching an interior cleaning video, like one of those like satisfying, discussing transformation videos, more often than not, they are slowing down the process. They're making sure they're getting different shots from different angles to make it more pleasing, appealing, satisfying for the viewer. So if you're seeing someone on YouTube that's going real slow with the agitation, that's making the suds come, really show on the surfaces. They're extracting very slow, so you can really see all that gunk come out. Okay, that's YouTube detailing. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I did the exact same thing with my videos. If you go on Detail Groove, if you go a while back, you'll see that. Well, you can't really tell, but I am, I guess, admitting that, like, not admitting, I'm just letting you know what I was doing, that, I slowed down the process, right? I made sure that I focused in on the extraction. I made sure that, you could really see the before and afters. And again, because that's what the viewers wanted, right? In the comment section, they're like, "Ooh, I really like it when you the vacuuming, the extracting, the agitation, do this, do that, do this." And I would just, I would be making my videos to appeal towards the audience. So it's the same thing with you. If you're watching someone and they're using whatever machine, whatever product, whatever tool, and they're making it very satisfying, they're making it, very entertaining, that's not what's going to translate to detailing in the real world. And once that happens, like, it's a pretty big disconnect between what you see on YouTube and what you're supposed to do on when you're working in your business. And if you carry over that same mentality between what you see on YouTube and that's thinking what you should do, and you go replicate that, you're going to take way longer than expected. You're not going to make as much money. Yes, you're probably going to get, I wouldn't say better results, but you will get the results that you're looking for. But you can get the exact same results, just not going as slow, just not making it as fancy. I've mentioned this in other videos where, like, when we're working in our business, we're not doing things super fancy. We're not there to over romanticize the services that we're doing, right? We are technicians, right? I would prefer that you don't look at yourself as a detailer, right? Because that's what gets you in the weeds of, like, you over romanticize things and you really want to, do things very crafty and very like specialist. You're a technician at the end of the day, right? Not that that's wrong. Not that, I urge you to think any other way, but it does help to put you in that mindset of like, hey, I am here to work. Yeah, like, yes, I can enjoy the work. Yes, I like the work. Yes, I'm passionate about the work. But, if you're focused on building a business, you can't have being a detailer the forefront thought of the entire process, because it'll eat away into not just your profits, but just how you think about your business as a whole, right? I mean, it is like, I see it time and time again. Like, other detailers are trying to replicate what they see on YouTube, and you can just clearly tell that there's a huge disconnect, right? Like, on YouTube, they're doing it for the audience, for the views, to show a process, whatever the case may be, and it's just not going to work as well when you're doing it in your actual business. So just be cautious that you're not, doing exactly what you're seeing on YouTube, because it might not be working out in your favor. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't learn from videos. Of course you can. It's just what you see there, you have to be able to mold it to fit to your business and your operations to make sure you're able to do things how you're supposed to be doing it. Another point here is, if you look at, and I have my notes here in Evernote, that's why I keep on looking at my phone. If you look at the and we're still on the same point of of you can't be too much of a detailer is you have to focus in. I mean, not focus in, but if you look at the landscape of your detailing business, right? And you look at what things you should be doing in order to grow your business. On that list, being a detailer is only but a small fraction of the overall picture, right? Going into your detailing business, you can't have don't have the mindset of the number one thing that's going to help me get more customers, or that's going to help me make more money, or that's going to help me be more successful is being the best detailer, the best detailer in my area. Okay, like again, you're starting a detailing business because you want to offer detailing services. I get it, but in the overall grand picture of things, being the best detailer in your area, or trying to get yourself from a level 7 to a level 8 will only yield you marginal results. Meaning if you're, and again, I'm talking very, very generic here, right? Don't try to paint me into a box of like, well, Oscar specifically said no. I'm speaking very, very generic here, okay? But if you're, let's say, a level 6 detailer, right? A little bit above average. Even if you jump up to a level 8 detailer, right? Whatever that may mean, the results that you get from that in terms of the customers is insignificant. Meaning, if you go from a level 6 to a level 8 as far as skills with your detailing skills, the customer doesn't see much of a difference, right? So you're gonna spend all this extra time and energy trying to get better and improving on your skills. And although yes, as a detailer on the detailing side of things, yes, you do improve. Like you can see an actual difference, which is great, right? Nothing, but I just want to clarify that on the customer end side of things, if you can get that small extra bit of stain out, if you can polish out just a little bit more of the swirls and scratches, if you can do just a little bit more, to you it's like, oh, I was able to knock down that stain from 60% to 30%, right? You're able to knock off a few extra, those extra swirls or scratches on the paint. To you, that's a big thing because you're the one that's passionate. You're the detailer. You're the one hyper focused on what you're doing. But to the customer, they're gonna be like, oh, I honestly couldn't tell a difference. Like, oh, thanks, but it looked good. 40 minutes ago, all this extra work that you did, like it looks about the same. It looks good. Thank you. So, and we see that all the time. We'll take those extra steps, right? Because we can, it's within our budget. Like that's why we charge what we charge. And we'll go those extra steps. We'll spend a little bit more time. We'll get just a bit better results, right? And, the customers come out and they're like, wow, it looks amazing. And we go through that extra time, right? And they come out again and they're like, wow, it looks amazing. Like there is no difference in their mind because they don't have the eyes that you have. Right, you are, pretty much trained to see what 99% of other people won't see. So you trying to really be the best and going after every single little whatever it may be will only yield you marginal results. Which is why, again, I don't want you to just focus on being a detailer because that will only get you so far. Me just being, that doesn't mean you can't be that you have to be it doesn't mean you can be a crappy detailer. Of course not. Like you have to know what you're doing. But I'm saying there's a specific threshold that you have to meet. That once you get to that threshold, once you go beyond that, not much changes in the results that you get and the difference for the customer.